All right, I believe this is video number. Let me check while I'm on here, so I don't gotta. Mm, okay, so this is probably literally video number 6. So one, two, three, four, five. I thought I had deleted one, but I guess not. So this is gonna be video number 6. Did I say 6? Hold on again. Yeah, 4. So this is gonna be video number 7, possibly. All right. So this is I'm leaving. I'm gonna just say by the this is I'm starting off at question number 8. All right. I just left off on question number 7. That one was kind of a little lengthy. I might try to add. Well, I'm trying to add all the rest of these questions in this last video. So the first question, number 8, it says, how many people were living in the house with you and your grandma before you were unalived? How many people were living in the house with KEIMANI before she was unalived? We don't have to really, I don't feel like we really have to go in depth for that question. We just probably need like whatever comes out. I keep seeing, or 6, 7, yeah, 9, something about the number 9, possibly. How many people were living, how many people were living in the house with KEIMANI and the grandma Dorothy before she was unalive? How many people were living in the house with KEIMANI? You got the Page of Wands coming out. Clarify this Page of Wands. How many people were living in the house with KEIMANI and her grandmother Dorothy before she passed away? Dang, 4 cards just came out. The Strength card with the Magician in reverse. Then you also have the High Priestess with the Justice. 4 of Wands. We're going to put those back. Clarify this Page of Wands. How many people were living in the house with KEIMANI and the grandmother Dorothy before KEIMANI was unalive? Clarify this Page of Wands. You got the King of Wands coming out in the reverse. You also have the 3 of Pentacles. Hangman, the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles. So 3 years or 3 people. The Moon card just fell out. Give me one more. How many? The 10 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. I feel like at least 5 or something. Like it was more than just 3, because you got these at the back of the deck. But you have the Page of Wands, the King of Wands in reverse, 3 of Pentacles, the Moon, and the 10 of Swords. Like maybe people was there for like a certain amount of time and then they left, or they was back and forth or something like that. Yeah, 8 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, I felt like the 9, 8 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and then the 3 of Wands. All right, next question. What was your relationship with Dorothy? All right, so what was KEIMANI's relationship with Dorothy, the grandmother? What was KEIMANI's relationship with the grandmother Dorothy? What was KEIMANI's relationship with the grandmother Dorothy? What was KEIMANI's relationship with the grandmother Dorothy? Let's get a few cards. What was KEIMANI's relationship with the grandmother Dorothy? You got the King of Pentacles in reverse. What was KEIMANI's relationship with the grandmother Dorothy? You got the Two of Cups coming out. What was Keimani's relationship with the grandmother Dorothy? Clarify this King of Pentacles in reverse with the Two of Cups. The King of Swords. What the hell? Knight of Swords. Give me one more. What was Keimani's relationship with the grandmother Dorothy? What was the Three of Wands just flew out? Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, Two of Wands, the Lovers. It's like these cards keep popping up. The Lovers keep popping up. The Two of Cups keep popping up. Wasn't these the cards that was coming out when I was doing her other readings? I think. Mm. Something about some money losing. Somebody, but I don't know who these two kings is. One of these kings was already coming up in the readings though. I don't know. Again, if I don't know if that's well, okay. Like I just said, whatever question that was earlier, the sixth question or something, strength card at the back of the deck. Remember, I said the Queen of Swords came out first, then the King of Swords, because I felt like the grandma was like the one who was making the decisions or whatever. Nine of Wands just turned over. Um, Somebody definitely was waiting on money to come in or something like that. Nine of Wands, the High Priestess. Let's clarify these cards. Clarify this King of Pentacles in the reverse. What was Keimani's relationship with the grandmother Dorothy? Clarify this King of Pentacles in the reverse. Dang. King of Wands just flew out with another card. Ten of Pentacles at the back of the deck. You got the Eight of Wands. Like somebody was expecting something to change around or change around. Ten of Pentacles, the Empress, the Page of Cups, ooh, Page of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. Give me one more to clarify this King of Pentacles in reverse. What was Keimani's relationship with Dorothy, the grandmother? Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, the Moon, Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords. It's like she, like I said, they only looked at her as a possession property, because if this really was going on or something really like stuff was going on, she was like, you know, especially once how old she was about to be. So like she getting, you know, she's growing, she's maturing. Seven of Pentacles. I'm not really sure if she was at that time when she was, you know, needing those kind of needing those young girl things. She's maturing. She's, you know, developing. So, you know, she's probably going to get, whether she wanted it or not, you're going to get attention from people, male and female. Yeah, look, the Three of Pentacles just wanted to come out. Nine of Swords behind that. This could have been making her feel a little bit uncomfortable. But I was going to say something like somebody just looking at her like a property, an opportunity, a money maker, like type, like, you know, like that type of thing, like on some other stuff. Clarify this Two of Cups. What was Keimani's relationship with her grandmother? Clarify this Two of Cups. Chariot. Nine of Swords. What else? Clarify this Two of Cups. What was Keimani's relationship with her grandmother? Clarify this Two of Cups. What was her relationship with her grandmother? Dang. Four. Ooh, more than, like, how many cards came out here? Four of Wands, the Emperor. Dang, all these cards came out under the Emperor. So I'm gonna just take the Emperor. But we got the Four of Wands and the Five of Cups that came out. The Knight of Wands is out here too, but we're gonna take the Emperor. So the Emperor came out, the Four of Wands came out, and then the Five of Cups came out. Her grandma definitely was like, she could have came off as like nice in a way or something like that, but she she seemed like she was like strict, but like on some like kind of like Naziah Harris' grandma, because her grandma looked like she was, even when they, not, it ain't funny, but like the videos they've been posting, like videos from like when they be, you be recording or whatever, and then people in the background, and how I ain't even never really watched the video, and they said that her grandma was like cursing them out like when they was getting ready for school or whatever, or some junk or whatever. But them two grandmas seemed like they was the same. Like they be kind of play with you a little bit or something, but they still don't be taking no, like I don't know, just like a grandma that you really be like, oh, I'm ready to go, like that type, like, oh, I'm ready to get from away from her, like I need a break, like that type of stuff. And then on top of it, if they up here trying to be on that other type of stuff that they that's coming out and stuff, like, that's not even cute. That ain't cute at all. I don't know why. Like, if you want to be trying to have somebody do something, why you can't do it? But the thing is, if that's what it is, it's like they looking at them as like fresh meat, and they young fresh meat. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Young fresh meat. Yep. Clarify this King of Swords. What was Kimani's relationship with her grandmother? Clarify this King of Swords. The Two of Wands came out in the reverse. She was definitely the alpha, like, because it's the King of Swords out here, so she definitely was this King of Swords energy, very intellectual, cold-hearted, um mind over heart. You got the Devil that also turned over in the deck, so she was very, I want to say, possessive, controlling, whatever you want to clarify. Yeah, the Seven of Swords just wanted to show itself, whatever you want to associate with the Devil. What else to clarify this King of Swords? What was Kimani's relationship with her grandmother? The Queen of Wands. She just looked at her as High Priestess. She looked at her as, like I said, her money maker. She could have even seen that, other people was looking at her or whatever have you, like that, because that's the Queen of Wands coming out. Like, you got this Emperor coming out with the Four of Wands and the Five of Cups. Eight of Pentacles came out, but I'm putting it back. She could have been feeling bad, like she could be in regret now, that because the the Emperor, Four of Wands, Five of Cups, that's under the Two of Cups. She could be in regret now of whatever was going on. She could be feeling that way now, even though she might be trying to hide it. She could just be thinking that. What else to clarify this Three of Wands? What was Kimani's relationship with her grandmother? What was what was Kimani's relationship with her grandmother? Clarify this Three of Wands. What about this Three of Wands? What was Kimani's relationship with her grandmother? What was her relationship with her grandmother? The Hangman. The Hangman. What else to clarify this Three of Wands? What was Kimani's relationship with her grandmother? The Queen of Swords. Listen, if that Queen and King of Swords that came out earlier, 127 on alarm clock, Three of Cups. If that King and Queen of Swords is not representing her grandmother in the D, which is the father, um, then I feel like this King and Queen of Swords is representing her grandmother. Like you got both the King and the Queen of Swords out here. Give me one more to clarify this Three of Wands. What was Kimani's relationship with her grandmother? The mother. It came right out in the upright. Three of Swords and the Knight of Cups is sticking out. This is crazy. Okay, hold on a minute. All right, the next question is number 10. I wrote, did you stay with Dorothy in the house where your body was found? So I'm basically asking, what did Kimani ever, did she live in the house where they found her body at? Because they was saying in a video, a couple of videos actually, on, I've seen that they said that the grandma owned that house that she was found in. So I want to know, did she live in, like, was it any portion of when her grandmother had her, did she live with her in that house? Did Kimani, any portion of her being with her grandmother, did she live in that house where her body was found? Hermit came out. Did she live in that house where her body was found with her grandma at any point in time? Three of Swords came out. Ooh, that flew right on top of this other deck. You got the, wow, wow. Nine of Cups. Give me one more. Did you live in the house with your grandmother? Queen of Cups. I'm telling you, this lady is, or this could be Kimani's sign. Five of Cups. Something about 3 weeks. Could be something significant about 3 weeks. Like maybe she did stay with her, or I don't know if she might have came to visit her at that house before she ended up like really having her. Because I remember like in the video when she was the moon card at the back of that, when she was the moon, Three of Wands, Four of Pentacles. When she did that news video with the news reporter, and she was stating how she ended up coming to have like having her. Um, so I don't know if this is like, this could be either Kimani was visiting her at that other house where they found her at, or they lived at that house for like, she lived with her in that house for a certain amount of time before they end up moving for whatever reason. How did you come to be put in? Okay, that's the next question. How did she come to be put in that house that where she was found? How did Kimani come to be put in the house where she was found? And my stomach is kind of like trying to bother me right now. Yeah, because somebody's feeling, somebody in this Eight of Swords energy. Three of Cups at the back of the deck. How did Kimani end up in the house where she was where her body was found? How did Kimani end up? We got the Knight of Swords coming out. How did, clarify this Nine of Swords, how did Kimani end up in the house where her body was found? Clarify this Nine of Swords, or Knight of Swords, excuse me. Clarify this Knight of Swords. How did Kimani, okay, the Knight of Cups came out. They're trying not to come out. You got the Two of Cups. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, the Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Magician. I don't know if I'm going to get one more card. Clarify this Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Two of Cups. How How did Kimani end up in the house that she was found? Clarify this Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Two of Cups. Wow, the Three of Swords just came back out. I seen it in an upright. Mm, 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 mm. Two of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles is turned over in the deck. The World, King of Swords, Four of Swords. So these was came out Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Three of Swords. When I asked how did she come to be put in that house where they found her. So there's something like somebody felt like something about somebody feeling like they rushing or something, rush to do something, thinking before acting. This definitely had to do with a relationship, and y'all know what relationship I'm talking about, because somebody, this Three of Swords, something about hurt, betrayal, or something like that, or them doing something for somebody else, or something like covering each other back or something like that. I don't know who those two is, but y'all could figure, whoever watches, you could figure that out. Next question: why wasn't your mother allowed to see or be around you? Why was Kimani's biological mother? Why wasn't her biological mother allowed to be around, allowed to see her or be around her? All right. Everything about this reading is alleged. Something can be the truth, something cannot be the truth. Everything can be the truth, everything cannot be the truth. But this is the energy of what's coming out in the cards, and this is my opinion. So don't shoot the messenger, shoot yourself. Don't shoot the messenger, shoot yourself. Something could be significant about the head and the stomach, because that's how I'm feeling right now. Something could be significant about the head and the stomach. The center of the head, like right here. I know I don't got my scarf tied on there hard. Yeah, Seven of Wands, the Lovers. Um, Something could be significant about the head and the stomach. Why wasn't Kimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her? Excuse me, the Hermit. I'm getting, because I always, like I'm saying lately, Three of Pentacles. Just with this card alone, I've been feeling like the Hermit in certain readings. I'm getting a lot right now. It's like the Hermit, somebody wanting to have somebody like in a cage type, like energy, like possessive energy. Like, even though that's not really what the Hermit is about, but that's what I've been getting a lot right now with the Hermit card. It's like looking at it as Page of Wands came out, Three of Swords at the back of the deck. It's like somebody wanting to keep somebody else in a cage, like keeping them to them, like so they can have all eyes on them and all that kind of stuff like that. But what else? Why wasn't your mother allowed to? Why wasn't Kimani's mother allowed to see or be around her? Be around her. Clarify this Hermit card. You got the Five of Pentacles coming out. It fell right on top of the Hermit, and you also had the Five of Swords come out. I want one more. The World card, because like I said earlier, somebody felt like something was going to come to an end. Like, that's why they didn't want her to, that's why she wasn't, for whatever reason, she never ended up back with her mother, because somebody felt like they was going to be without. And this could be why I'm feeling like this with this Five of Pentacles being out here. Look, the Two of Cups want to come out. Six of Cups at the back of the deck. Give me one more card. Why wasn't Kimani's mother allowed to see or be around her? Clarify, or be around her more. That's what I wrote. Clarify this Hermit, the Five of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. Clarify the Hermit, the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. The Eight of Cups just wanted to come out. Why wasn't Kimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more? Clarify this Hermit. Oh, Lord. Yeah, somebody felt like something was going to end. The Hangman. Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. Do I need to clarify anything? The High Priestess. Yeah, let's clarify just to see what comes out. So we're on question number 12. Hold on. We're going to clarify the Hermit, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Death card. Somebody definitely didn't want something to end. Queen of Wands at the back of the deck. The Emperor, split the deck. Emperor, Queen of Wands. Clarify this Hermit. Why wasn't Keimani's mother, biological mother, allowed to see or be around her more? Clarify this Hermit card. Clarify the Hermit. The Nine of Cups in reverse. What else to clarify this Hermit? Why wasn't Keimani's mother allowed to see or be around her more? Clarify. The King of Wands in reverse. The Emperor at the back of the deck. Queen of Wands, Two of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Give me one more to clarify this Hermit. Eight of Pentacles wants to come out. Why wasn't Keimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more? Clarify this Hermit card. The Strength card. It's like a power thing. Like I said earlier, I said some Three of Swords, something about like a power struggle, or it's a control thing. Yeah, it's a control thing I'm getting with that Strength card, because you have under the Hermit, you have the Nine of Cups, King of Wands in reverse with the Strength card. I don't know what her mother's, what Keimani's biological mother sign is, but even if she's not a fire sign, I just feel like uh something about dictation, or like I said, power, maybe not wanting her to like change her mind and make her want to like go live with her mom more or something like that. I see 141 on the alarm. Clarify this Five of Pentacles. Why wasn't Keimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more? Clarify this Five of Pentacles. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Judgment in the reverse. I feel like the Judgment in the reverse, King of Cups, the mom didn't want to be, she ain't probably want to hear nothing like, so if, like example, like allegedly, whatever, example, Keimani go with her mom, and then she come back with, or no, she go with her mom, and then her mom notices, you know, that whole type of thing. The child goes with the biological parent, and then they notice something with, or like whether it's something she say, or they notice something on her physically, they didn't want, I feel like that's that. And then because again, like I said, the whole money thing, because maybe she felt like, if, yeah, look, Six of Pentacles, if she would have went with her mom, and then like say she didn't end up going back to the mom, the grandma, if she didn't go back to the grandma's gonna feel like she's without, because she don't have her and all of that going on for so long. So that's what I'm feeling like. Clarify, what else to clarify this Five of Pentacles? Um, what else to clarify this Five of Pentacles? Why wasn't Keimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more? Why wasn't she allowed to be around and see her daughter more, Keimani? Clarify this Five of Pentacles. Page of Wands. I feel like because she didn't want her to say nothing. Because you got the King of Wands in reverse with the Page of Wands upright. Five of Pentacles at the back of the deck. She didn't want her to say nothing. Or like I said, she didn't want her to be... the grandma didn't want to be without. Because you got in the middle... you had the Hermit and the... not the Hermit. The Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Outside, you had the Hermit and the Death card. Something about a Virgo and a Scorpio could be significant. Or that's just the energy. You got the Two of Wands at the back of the deck. What else to clarify this Five of Pentacles? Why wasn't Kimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more? What else to clarify this Five of Pentacles? The mother freaking Ace of Swords came out in the reverse. It was trying to go in the upright, but it still stayed in reverse. Yeah, like I said, it's a whole control thing. The Lovers, the Hermit, the Five of Pentacles. Whoa. Cause she basically, it's the whole thing. Like I feel like with Nazaya too. Like in a way, the less you know that whole thing. The less people know that's not out. The less people know that's not in that household, the better. The better it is for, especially when whatever this type of stuff like this is going on. If you're not having, if you're not having a lot of outside, you know, people or whatever, knowing what's going on, then they I guess they feel like that's more the better or whatever. Clarify this Five of Swords. Why wasn't Kimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more? Clarify this Five of Swords. You got the Knight of Swords. Again, it's not a lot of swords out here, but like that other question I asked earlier, whatever that was, it's cause like this Five of Swords with the Five of Swords with the Knight of Swords. I just feel like if the mom would have knew, or cause you know, even depending on how long this whatever was going on, yeah, Seven of Cups, she would have been like rushing in with questions, and you know they didn't want her to rush in either too, and I feel like and cause confusion, because I'm looking at the Five of Swords Knight, the Five of Swords Knight of Swords going towards this Judgment in reverse with the Nine of Cups. I wonder if it be somebody in the basement. This a whole side note, because I feel like somebody be being in the basement. I can't. Oh. Mm. Just too many extra noises I be hearing and stuff. I don't know. My bad. Side note. Clarify. What else to clarify this Five of Swords? Why wasn't Kimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more? What else to clarify this Five of Swords? The Ace of Pentacles. You got the Strength, the Ace of Swords in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles, Three of Swords. I'm telling you, this the grandma didn't want to be. She ain't want to lose not one freaking penny, nickel, dime, quarter, dollar. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that. hmm She felt like the money was gonna get messed up or whatever. Something was gonna mess something up or whatever. She definitely. I feel like that's what it is. And she ain't want nothing to She ain't want nothing to be said about whatever, you know, depending on how long whatever was going on or whatever. Clarify this death card in regards to why wasn't Kimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more. The Queen of Cups was just trying to come out. Clarify this death card. Why wasn't Kimani's biological mother uh, allowed to see or be around her more? Clarify the death card. The Four of Swords. What else to clarify this Four of Swords? What else to clarify the Four of Swords, the death card? Why wasn't Kimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more? The Eight of Pentacles just came out. Oh, wait, you know what? Hold up. We gotta get one more card for the Five of Swords because I actually got three out, three for each one. But there is the Six of Pentacles with the Five of Swords sticking out. So let's see. Let's get one more card to clarify the Five of Swords. I didn't mean to do that. Give me one more to clarify this Five of Swords. Why wasn't Keimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her? What else to clarify this Five of Swords? We got the Six of Cups. I see it in the reverse. Three of Pentacles at the back of the deck. We're gonna leave that Four of Swords, Eight of Pentacles under the Death card because that's where I was clarifying them for. But you do have the Strength in reverse with the Ace of Swords, the Six of Cups in reverse. Now let's get one more card for the Death card in regards to why wasn't Keimani's biological mother allowed to see or be around her more? Ooh, not all those cards just came out. Like three cards just came out. High Priestess at the back of the deck. The only one that's faced up though is the Knight of Wands. Something about like going back and forth about some kind of truth or something. You got the Three of Wands that's coming that's came out also with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Somebody wasn't waiting for something about somebody not waiting for something, waiting for somebody to like figure something out or something. Because then it definitely would have caused, that's what I'm feeling like, it would have caused this Five of Wands energy. And we don't have the we already had the Death card out here. I was really feeling like I wanted to say the Five of Wands though. But that is that question. So hold on. All right, so it might have been still recording. I don't know. But next question is, why was the father D allowed to be around Keimani? Why was D the father allowed to be around Keimani? Why was D the father allowed to be around Keimani? Why was D the father allowed to be around Keimani? We're gonna do three cards or maybe four. Why was D the father allowed to be around Keimani? I see the Magician with the Four of Wands, but they didn't come out. Why was D the father allowed to be around Keimani? Dang, a whole bunch of cards came out. The Queen of Cups is out here in reverse. We're going to take the Nine of Pentacles though, but we also have the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles. So these are the other cards that came out. But the one I'm going to take is the Nine of Pentacles. Because the Nine of Pentacles, and then look, the Hermit is at the back of the deck. Like I said, they looked at her because on this Nine of Pentacles, and then like I've talked about in another video or whatever, so that I done recently, the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, they have grapes on the card. Like this deck and the other deck, the King of Pentacles has grapes on his like his clothing, and then on this card she's like has a cup or like a bowl or something with grapes in it, green and purple grapes. Grapes does talks about prosperity, abundance, and stuff like that. So they looked at her as more than an investment. Like I keep saying, yeah, the Death card, that they didn't want to end, or they didn't want it to be some kind of change. You got the Nine of Pentacles out here. I don't know what kind of bird this is on this card, but it definitely could mean something of like protection, money, or something like that, or maybe even youth or something. I don't know, because I don't really know what kind of bird this is on this card. It could be possibly even a peacock or something like close to a peacock or something. I don't know. Okay, why was, what else to clarify this Nine of Pentacles? Why was D, the father, allowed to be around Keimani? What else to clarify this Nine of Pentacles? The Eight of Swords. Let's get two more. Why was D, the father, allowed to be around Keimani? We got two cards that came out. We got the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. We're going to take those. I think this Two of Cups was coming out in like the first two videos that I did before these ones. Like I said, I feel like he was allowed to be around her because they looked at her more as an investment. They looked at her more as a possession, a piece of property, in whatever type of way that's supposed to mean. Um, and then because he probably knew, I don't know what his relationship was with the biological mother, but um, yeah, let me see. I could probably do that one too. I got like three more. We're gonna just try to finish them out in this video. But clarify this Nine of Pentacles. Why was D, the father, allowed to be around Keimani? Clarify this Nine of Pentacles. You got the Wheel of Fortune. Something, long as she's there, something going in their favor, going the way they wanted to. Queen of Cups at the back of the deck. Queen of Cups, Five of Wands, Six of Wands. And like they didn't want it to be no uh like distractions or anything messing up. I hope that's her dogs up there or whoever that is. I hope that's the animals up there making all that noise and not somebody trying to ear hustle or listen or whatever the heck. Something about a Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, or Leo could be significant because those are the signs that's on the Wheel of Fortune and the World card. What else to clarify this Nine of Pentacles in regards to why was D, the father, allowed to be around Keimani? You got the, oh wow. Chariot. So you got the Wheel of Fortune and the World out here under the Nine of Pentacles. Somebody definitely, he was allowed to be around her too because of that. They looked at her as a piece of property, possession. They looked at her more as an investment. Look, he could be coming out as this King of Cups, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is already out here. They definitely didn't want whatever was going in their favor. They didn't want that to end. Look, the Hierophant. Give me one more to clarify this Nine of Pentacles. Why was D, the father, allowed to be around Keimani? The Five of Cups is in the reverse. Three of Wands. They didn't want to be. They didn't want their cups to be spilled over. They didn't want to be lacking. They didn't want to be in regret, or they didn't want to be lacking or in regret about some kind of information or gossip or something being said or spread or told or whatever have you. Because the Eight of Swords, the knives are down, so they didn't want to get caught up in some kind of lies or stuff or whatever. Maybe even something that was happening within the last 8 weeks or something before she passed away. Yeah, you got the two. Look, Page of Swords at the back of the deck. Two of Pentacles in reverse. You got the Five of Swords sticking out. Behind that, you got what is that? The Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is out here. Clarify this Eight of Swords in regards to why was D, the father, allowed to be around Keimani? Clarify this Eight of Swords. The Five of Swords now it wants to come out in reverse. What else to clarify this Eight of Swords in regards to why was D, the father, allowed to be around Keimani? The Fool card. For 44:44 on the clock, and I seen 44:43. Give me one more to clarify the Eight of Swords. Why was D, the father, allowed to be around Keimani? Dang, that just flew. The Six of Swords coming out in the upright. They didn't want her getting away to go tell some kind of truth, okay? Because again, you have this Hermit at the back of the deck, but you have the under the Eight of Swords, you had the Five of Swords in reverse, the Fool upright with the Six of Swords in the upright. So they dang sure, even though she might have went to go see her mom, I don't know how. Like I said, it don't feel like, from what I heard on the videos and then what came out in the reading, it don't seem like it was often or a lot, because they didn't want her going and talking about stuff, whether she will just come out right and say stuff or she will be asked. They didn't want, especially if it was, like I said, especially if you got some other stuff going on that ain't normal that's going on, they didn't want her somehow speaking on it or it coming out or whatever. Clarify this Page of Pentacles. Why was Dee the father allowed to be around KEIMANI? Clarify the Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups. What else to clarify this Page of Pentacles in regards to why was Dee the father allowed to be around KEIMANI? What else to clarify this Page of Pentacles? The Six of Cups. What else to clarify this Page of Pentacles? Why was Dee the father allowed to be around KEIMANI? The Page of Cups. Yeah, they could have been Four of Cups, Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Lovers, Five of Wands. I feel like they was like bribing her or something with this Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, Page of Cups. Yeah, look, Three of Wands just turned over. Knight of Wands at the back of the deck. Two of Cups at the back of the deck. Clarify this Two of Cups. Five of Wands turns over. Clarify this Two of Cups. Why was Dee the father allowed to be around KEIMANI? Clarify this Two of Cups. Clarify this Two of Cups. The Ace of Wands in reverse. You got the Wheel of Fortune across, Five of Swords in reverse, Knight of Cups upright with the Ace of Wands in reverse. The Hermit. Hermit, Four of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Chariot, Four of Cups at the back of the deck. Give me one more to clarify this Two of Cups in regards to why was Dee the father around to be around KEIMANI. The Lovers. And this Lovers is under the Two of Cups. What's this? Something turned in. Knight of Wands, Three of Wands. The Devil, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands. What the heck? Oh, wow. Wow. Like I said, he was around her like kind of to keep her in check, but he could have been wanting to supervise, like for her not to be around other males or something. I don't know. It's just wow that the Lovers is under the Two of Cups. And then under the Page of Pentacles, you got the Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Cups. What else to clarify this Two of Cups in regards to why was Dee the father around allowed to be around KEIMANI? What else? The Strength card. Yeah, it's giving me like a keeping her in check type thing. Page of Wands, Nine of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. And then because it has something to do with the biological mother, like So much could have been going back and forth and being said or made to look like it was one thing, but it probably was something else. I don't know.